What's happening, chasers? Welcome back on my YouTube video. Today we are going to be looking at the markets. Obviously we are going to be starting off with the dollar index, just so you're able to see how the dollar is moving for the week, what we are seeing, and on top of that how you can as well be able to improve your setups and see some almost like a similar perspective. At the same time, we are going to be diving in a bit more deep on Nasdaq and NAS 100, and we're also going to be looking at GBPUSD. And lastly, we are going to end it looking at gold. So obviously, if these are the instruments that you're looking at or you're interested in, you can follow through with how I see the markets. You can learn more about my perspective. You can as well come back to this video a few days later, just so you're able to see how the market moved, if it did go in our direction, what pushed it, what made it go that way, and as well if it didn't go in that direction, what actually influenced it to not go in that direction. Because remember, whether it's a profit or it's a loss, we still learn from the market. That is a continuous thing that you need to be doing. At the same time, guys, if you happen to find value from my video, I need you guys to do one thing for me, which is to like this video, only if you happen to find value, because each and every Monday there is a time whereby I used to be consistent with my market overviews, and sometimes I just felt like maybe members out there are not appreciating the work that I put out there. So for over like maybe a month or two, I stopped doing my market overviews. But right now the goal is to be able to be consistent with it, and that is only because a few people asked me physically, like they actually met up with me and they're like, please man, get back with those market overviews. They helped me so much in my journey. And I was like, you know what, just because you asked, I'll do so. So get this video on at least 1,000 likes and I will be consistent with my market overview videos. You can be able to benefit from it. And guys, before we waste any more time, I need you guys to also comment below. Tell me what are some of the instruments that you want me to look at in order to add them on our next market overview videos. But that will be more for you compared to for me, because remember, I only treat my specific instruments. But if you want me to look at something, I want you to comment below and let me know what are those things that you want me to do. So let's get straight to it, guys. Okay guys, so right here in front of me I've got the dollar index. But before we actually dive a bit more deep into the chart, I need you guys to do one thing, because I've seen so many comments, so many messages. Not a day can go by without me getting at least 10 questions on someone asking me, what is the best broker, what can I trade with, which is the best broker since you've been trading for all these years and stuff. And truly speaking, guys, I know that I've got my experience with different types of brokers. I know that I've been through multiple brokers, but the best thing that I've found out recently, for the past few months, I'd say maybe 5 months now, that I have been trading with has been IQ Markets. So personally for me, I've been trading now with IQ Markets for the past 5 months, and truly speaking, I've never really experienced any issues. And I love the fact that whenever there's actually something that I think, which happened only once or twice, which maybe I saw that, okay, no, you guys are, hey, what's going on? I had that quick reply from a support person that's within the platform. And it was just more on, obviously when you are trading, you've got your money that you've put in a broker and stuff, so you need to know that it's safe. You need to know that you are speaking to the actual people that are that can help you. You need to know when you have questions that can help you and stuff. And on top of that, I know most people are not focused on things like spreads, your commissions and all of that. But when you're trading with other brokers, one thing that I've seen is that there is so many of these hidden fees, to a point whereby even you lose count. Find out that you're making profits, but you're not actually too profitable, because there's just so many things taking here and there. Yeah. So with IQ Market, it's not that, guys. What you see is what you actually get. So the best thing that I can say is, if you are a new trader or just someone that would love to get started, you can get started with them. You can create an account, fund it with the minimum. I think the minimum is like 50 rands or 100 rands on, which is very affordable. When you test out, you see if it's right for you. The best thing is to see if it is right for you. And then once you've decided, that's when you can actually move forward and deposit whatever money that you're comfortable with and trade to grow it. Because also there's bonus accounts whereby whatever you fund, you get 100% bonus of it, on which that for me was a game changer. I mean, with just that, I took an account from 5,000 all the way up to like 980,000 rands in the span of a month. So that's just one of the things on how you can play around with that. But the link will be down there in the description. The very first link is where you can register with them, get your accounts and start trading. But for now, let us look at the charts. Now looking at the charts right here, I've got dollar index right in front of me. So I am going to be starting off with the daily time frame. So one thing that I love is that this can help you as well when you're trading whatever that you'll be looking at, whether it's your AUD, USD, whether it's whatever that has USD in it. So you can simply see here on the dollar that we've came from being this downward this downward trend, downward here, downward, eventually till all the way that price eventually broke above this area here, broke above, and now retest the broke above here, and now came back to retest right here. So now we are in an upward trend. So obviously with this upward trend, we're looking for price to come. Here is our first areas where we can take profit, if I may put it that way. But the message, the overall message is that we are in a clear upward direction. I mean, higher high, higher low, 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 higher high, and as well higher low. So obviously looking to come all the way up here. So just by coming here on the 4 hour, let us take a look at the 4 hours. So like I did show you guys with that higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and a higher low, and now price is coming all the way to create these new highs. So how we can now look at it is obviously we came from higher high, highest low, higher low, higher high, higher low right here, and then a higher high, and then right here is our newest highest low. So obviously we're looking for price to break above here all the way up until here by take profit. So the best ways is obviously you are going to be having a management line right here to be able to spot this through. You can see what actually influenced price right here. Straightforward right here, and just like this. So you can see what pattern broke out here. This was a falling wedge. So as soon as this falling wedge broke above, then that's when prices started just impulsing upwards. And from there, so one thing that we're looking for now is obviously right here you can see that price already given us this higher low, a higher low here, higher high, higher low, and also maybe a higher low, and now followed by a higher low here. I meant a higher high, then followed by a higher low, and then going all the way up. So one thing that we need to do now is, since we spotted that, and as well I can see that this used to be our previous resistance right here, area of significance right here. So obviously if you can just do this, you can simply see this used to be a resistance, now it turned into a support area, so it's okay. But let me just go on all the way to a 1 hour. Daily I saw my momentum is upwards. 4 hour I was able to spot my pattern, which is this wedge that broken above here. So now on the 1 hour I am going to be also looking for more future confirmations. So like I did say, this is our highest high, highest low, and now price came all the way, broke the highest high. So eventually it means that price should never be below this highest low. So if you may see, here's our lows here, right here. So with this we've got this first touch, second touch, and now here with the third touch. And as well, if you see right here, you have this area right here. So this automatically it print this first touch, second touch, third touch, and as well this support area here. So this would be a perfect area to get some buyers. Stop losses just below here, and eventually coming all the way up to here. So this is what we're seeing, and as well this actually does confirm, because you can see how price is moving downwards. It's moving downwards in a corrective manner, which means that eventually this will break to the upside. So more like this, you can simply see this is exactly what's going on. So we're just waiting for price to push upwards, and then boom, we're going in it. So once maybe it even confirms it, so you can have your stop loss below here, and here you can still see the same type of a scenario. Okay, so that is now on the dollar index. Let us move over to the next pair. I'm sure now you are able to look at the very first pair or the instrument that we've looked at, which is the dollar index. And you're probably asking yourself how this would be implemented. Now remember, with the dollar index, you are not going to execute a trade on it exactly, but instead what you are going to do is you'll be able to just secure profits. You'll be able to secure trades on other instruments that it does influence. So right now we are going to be looking at the first, which is Nasdaq. And secondly, we are going to be looking at GBPUSD. Then lastly, we are going to be looking at gold. So I highly suggest that you stay with me up until the very end, so we can go through this together. We can basically go through the market analysis together. Let's do this. Okay, so now looking at US 100. So obviously guys, we can already start from your daily time frame, just so we are able to spot that overall movement as well. And simply see the price came from here at the highest point ever, and then eventually what price done is that broke the previous lows, which is this, the previous lows. Let me just do this. Boom, it broke here. it broke the previous lows, and once it did break below here, okay, this was not a valid breakout because you can simply see this is it spiked out, but followed by the next one here. This way it validly broke out, and then which means that now you can simply see, if you can just even put this, that this is more of a downtrend. So why first touch, second touch, and here at the third touch, price is now moving downwards. So this is more on a downtrend that we can expect, that we can see. So with this being said, obviously price is going all the way down, breaking these lows and then continue going downwards. So that is what we see on the daily time frame looking at Nasdaq. So we know that we're looking at the sales. So what we'll do is that now on the 4 hour, we are going to be diving a bit more too deep, and then we are going to be observing the specific area, because you can simply see right here price came impulsing upwards, but eventually as soon as these sellers started taking over here, that's when you start seeing that yes, the buyers did try to push a bit more upwards, but the sellers continue to just win. They continue to just win. And remember, we did say that we are coming all the way down to here at our future targets. So the best thing that we need to do now is observe how we can capitalize on this. So obviously I can see lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Okay, let me go on the on the 1 hour, so we are able to spot that much more clearly. Like I did say here, there's our lowest low, lower high, lower low. Not sure how I draw. Lower high, lower low, lower high. Boom, broke out. Lower low, lower high. So we'll just see what happens with price. Hopefully it will just continue breaking and then go all the way down up until it hits here. So one of the best things is that currently also you can see this is a left head, right? So it's almost like a head and shoulders type of a scene. But one of the best things that I'm looking for right now is at least if price, because I can simply see that this is where price previously broke below the structures right here, more like this and more like this. It's not the cleanest, but it's just to show you guys what it is that I'm seeing. Not the cleanest, but I love the fact that it does make sense. Okay, so let me just do this, clean this up. Okay, so obviously I can see this impulse, this correction right here, followed by this next impulse here, and now we are in this correction. So with this, automatically I'm seeing that if I may just add up my lines right here, I can simply see that this is gonna be breaking out sometime soon. And at the same time, you can see that just here at this area here, it's an area of significance right here, and price came, it retested, it failed to retest there, failed to retest, but it looks like it might be ready for those sellers that would come. So maybe when candlestick does happen to close, which is in the next few minutes, maybe a sell right here would make sense, and going all the way down to here 7%, which will still be perfectly fine. But at the same time, for me, I feel like what I'll do as well is I'll just take from the lowest high, which is here, to the lowest low, which is here. And then one thing that I'll do is that maybe I'll wait for price to become premium, because there's what we call within here there's 50% area. There's this side here, we know it being a discount. If you get price this side here, it's more of a discount, and this side here it's more at a premium price, which means that let's say for instance now we are all gonna be getting these sales when they're a bit more expensive, which is perfect when you're selling when price is expensive. That's how you be able to make a profit. So I'll wait for price to just cross above this 50% level, and once it does cross above, the best thing that I can be able to the best area that I can be able to just secure my entries would be somewhere around this area right here, obviously somewhere around this area right here, whereby once I do happen to get it right here, it will allow me to sell, place my sell limit, my stop loss just close to here, and my take profit will be coming all the way down to the same take profit, which now you can simply see a 23% risk management. So this is just something that showing you normally how to prepare for setups when they are about to come, and how to actually execute them when they have actually came. But also you can see just by adding this that there can be a management line somewhere here, which means that with this price, because normally with price what it would do is that it can go a bit more down, play a bit around because of the first, second, almost like a double bottom structure, and then it pushes up. Maybe it can reach here, so go all the way down. We'll see according to the third touch, but as well maybe it can just break above and then boom 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 when it gets here. we take that sell. So it's more of an observing game right now. We have to observe what actually does happen, how price is gonna move, and we have to actually take a message from the market and we have to react. We have to actually respond compared to reacting. So that is it on Nasdaq. Now let us move over to GBPUSD, and lastly we are going to be looking at gold. So with GBPUSD, you know, the exact same thing. One thing that I love is that it's almost similar to the dollar index. So we did see the dollar index being a buy on the daily, so here's being a sell, because why? The dollar here is on being a code currency, and the GBP is now a base currency. So which means that if you're seeing a buy on the code currency, it means that the base currency, there's a high chance that it can drop. So here you can see these sellers taking over, so we know that momentum is to the downside, right? Is to the downside, and even here you can see low is low, lower high, lower low, lower high right here, lower low. So with this one here as well, it will be a bit more better of us to be able to just observe, because like you can see here, lower low, lower high, lower low, boom boom boom. Here it broke the previous lower high right here, it broke this lower high, which means that it could change its it could basically just start changing its direction, meaning that we can now start seeing price go from lower low, lower high to now higher high, higher low somewhere around here, and then higher high and higher low, and so on. So what I'll do is that obviously for me now, I need to be able to observe what actually happens. If it does happen to break above here, obviously it's now, it confirmed a buy, and maybe if it does happen to break below here, now that's just more on continuing its sellers. So with this or how we can go about it now is we need to just be able to observe. Let's say now for instance this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and here you can see it broke the previous highest low with this candle, because it failed to break here and then it failed with this. So with this I'm seeing price still go all the way down, maybe up until this area right here. So we would take profit, because you can see how these sellers took control here. Buyers, yes, when it did go up, it didn't go up with that much momentum, but sellers, so lower low, lower high, lower low, it was a lower high. So let me just come back down here. Okay, I'm seeing these lower lows and lower highs, so which means that I'm now looking for sellers. So what is the best way we can get those sellers? So obviously this area here, boom, price went down, it went a bit more up here, then it eventually broke down right here. So the best area whereby I can be looking for a sell is like I did mention with the previous one, somewhere around this area here is where it would make much more perfect sense for me to get a sell. Why am I saying so? Is because of the fact that once I do happen to get it just my sell limit, my stop loss is gonna be what, just above here, which is 15 pips, but my take profit, we are still coming all the way down to here, maybe right here, 10%. So this is what I'm looking for in the market. So I'll just you know, have to wait for price to play out this way, because remember, with the risk you need to minimize, secure it, but with the profit you need to be able to just make sure that it's a lot. So yeah, that's one thing that I'm looking for on GBPUSD, and as well just by adding my management line right here, you can simply see, I think I should just put it here, but it's a bit too steep, so it won't be perfectly fine. But just by adding my management line, you can see that price broke above here. So maybe if price can come here and then boom, once it does go back down, that's when it will be a much more perfect and cleaner entry. But for now, I'm not seeing any sells right now at the moment, only when prices you know, moved how we did mention. So that's one thing that I am going to be looking for. I am going to be diving a bit more deep, looking at that 15-minute chart, looking at also those 5-minute charts, because at the end, that is how we normally get our entries on those 15-minute and 5-minute chart. And also I did remember that I mentioned about IQ markets on how you can trade and stuff, but I noticed that most people that, like, let's say even only taking signals and you send out a sell limit, like sell limit at this area 1 is to 2.133, people will be putting their sell limits there. And one thing that I've seen is that the ones that are trading with IQ markets, it would take them in and it would go into profit. Let's say if it does activate, it doesn't go in profits, compared to the other ones that are with other brokers, it won't take them in, because why, their spread maybe would be huge, and you know, it fails to even activate the trade. And then now when we're in profits, we are just holding huge profits and stuff. People are missing out on that. So I highly suggest that you should register with IQ markets in order to be able to avoid avoid such instances. But at the same time, guys, I know that I did mention that we are also going to be looking at the gold setup. So with that gold setup, the one thing that I'm going to do is that I am going to be breaking it down in the Telegram group, in our Telegram group, whereby the link as well, it will be down in the description. So the best thing that you can do on your side is to make sure that you're in the Telegram group, whereby you are able to see our Telegram, you are able to see the gold setup. You're also able to see other trade ideas that we have from different types of mentors within the forex team. And on top of that, you will be able to just get these signals that will send out these trade ideas, these weekly sessions that we are going to host out in our Telegram group. So that is the best way that you can grow. That is the best way that you can improve yourself. I will see you on the next YouTube video. Remember, comment below, tell me what setups you want me to unpack next on the videos that are followed. Get this video on 1,000 likes just so I'm also consistent on my videos, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. That is the biggest. Make sure that you have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I will see you. The very first link that is in the description is how you can register with IQ Markets. But I'll see you guys on the next YouTube video. It is your boy Mothupi, and I thank you so much for joining and watching this video.